Faced with a depleted squad, the Sunshine Girls have been forced into an embarrassing debacle of having to call on the experienced Romelda Aiken-George, who recently gave birth, as well as a former national player to help rescue their series against the host New Zealand. Jermaine Brown reports.
Carla Borrego would have been thinking her playing days for Jamaica was a thing of the past, having retired from the sport in 2016. While Romelda Aiken-George might have been thinking of returning to the national setup in 2023, following the birth of her first child in August of this year. 38-year-old Borrego lives in New Zealand, while the experienced Aiken-George resides in Australia. Both could be suiting up for the Sunshine Girls over the next 2 days in New Zealand after being approached by Netball Jamaica for assistance. This as a result of the Sunshine Girls having a depleted squad for their 2 tests, with only 7 members of the squad in New Zealand having arrived on Monday for the series, which starts on Wednesday in Auckland. Ongoing visa issues have resulted in the remaining 5 members of the squad being unable to join their teammates, putting the series against the Silver Ferns in limbo. Reports have also emerged that Netball New Zealand was prepared to loan the Jamaican team players from their domestic league, but that might have affected the status of the games as official tests. Netball Jamaica President Trisha Robinson explains that they are still looking at their options as they seek to have at least 10 players in place for the matches.
I can confirm that Carla Borrego, former Jamaican international, has joined the Sunshine Girls for the series. She's a former Adelaide Thunderbird player and she played in the Trans-Tasman League from 2009 to 2016. She was also a part of the Jamaica team which won bronze at the 2003 Netball World Cup. She will join Shimona, Giselle, Abigail Sutherland, Abigail Linton, Adine Thomas, Latanya Wilson, and Mishka Creary. We are still working on other players, and as soon as we have this confirmation, we will advise you.
With just 7 players available, the Jamaicans only have the requisite numbers to take the court and would be forced to play short if one of them picked up an injury. But in trying to explain their predicament, Robinson says their issues began immediately after the Commonwealth Games in August.
It is unfortunate that coming out of the Commonwealth Games where the ladies performed so well, we suffered injuries to the team and didn't get medical clearance for a number of them. The 3 persons that are in the team from the Commonwealth Games are Adine Thomas, Shimona Nelson, and Natalia Wilson.
It's felt New Zealand could seek financial recourse for having to now contest a condensed and delayed series. But Robinson says they're focused on fulfilling their obligation to the series, which interestingly was decided on in February of this year.
We're focused on the 2 games ahead of us, ensuring that we fulfill the fixture. They say hindsight is 2020 and we must take the lessons learned and make the necessary corrections.
Originally slated for 3 matches, the series had already been reduced to 2 tests because of the delayed arrival of the Jamaicans in New Zealand and the shifting of venues. The second match will be played on Thursday. The teams will be vying for the Taney Jamieson Trophy. Jermaine Brown reporting for TVJ Sports.